Hi, welcome to my presentation. Today I will be presenting the dish I made, which was Vietnamese shaking beef. So what is Vietnamese shaking beef? It's also known as ba luc blac, which is a classic Vietnamese dish. Although it's not as popular as pho or banh mi, it's still very well loved for a good amount of reasons. So why I chose this dish is because it reminds me of my childhood, of when I would go out with my parents and my brother to eat at Vietnamese restaurants. My brother would always order this specific dish, and overall I just also wanted to learn how to cook more Vietnamese food, and this was a really good dish to start with. So some fun facts about ba luc blac. Luc blac literally translates to shaking or wiggling, which describes how the beef moves as you cook it on a skillet. And this dish was considered a luxury back then, before beef was a common protein, so it was usually only eaten by upper class people in Vietnam. So these are the ingredients. On the left side we have ingredients for the marinade, and on the right we have additional ingredients for the overall dish. So first, what you would want to do to make this dish is to cut the beef into bite-sized cubes and marinate with all of the marinade ingredients from the previous slide for at least 10 minutes at room temperature. And while you're waiting, you can chop the vegetables of your choice into bite-sized pieces. For this specific recipe, I chose bell peppers and onions, which are both classic to the dish. Next, you want to heat up some oil, and then once your skillet is hot, you would add your beef with the marinade and cook for about 1 minute per side so that it forms a nice sear. And then after that first minute, you would stir and rotate your beef and then leave it alone for another minute, and you would try and flip it on the side that hasn't been seared. And repeat this for as many times as needed until all your sides are nicely seared. Just try not to overcook it. And then once your beef is cooked, remove from your heat. And then in the same skillet, you would add your onions and cook for 2 to 3 minutes until fragrant. And then next, you would add your bell peppers and season with salt and black pepper to taste. Cook these for another 3 to 5 minutes. Lastly, add your beef back in along with 2 tablespoons of butter and cook this until the butter has melted and combined through the dish. And then all you have to do is plate it with rice or veggies and enjoy. Lastly, my taste tester was my brother, because like I said, this was his favorite dish to order at restaurants when we would go out when we were little. So he was the perfect taste tester in my opinion. And after he tried it, he gave the dish an 8.3 out of 10. And surprisingly said it was better than the ones they made at the restaurants. He did say the rating was because the cut of beef could have been more tender, but overall the flavor he really enjoyed. And that's it. That's it. Thank you so much for watching my presentation.